Music defines a generation. Whether people are bopping their heads to rap, singing along to 80s hits, head-banging to heavy metal, or riding them cowboys to country music, music is a part of all of us. No matter who you are, where you've been, or what you've done, at the end of the day, music is what keeps us sane and gets us through our daily lives. So much so, we would probably go to great lengths to find a song that's been stuck in our heads for the past few days. The kind of song that plays in our everyday lives without us taking much notice of them, but when we do start to notice, it's too late. By the time you're searching for said song, you've already forgotten half the lyrics and your friends are no help, let alone Google. But what if the song wasn't just stuck in your head? What if the song was easy to pinpoint, but not so easy to name? Let me explain. I'm going to introduce you to what the internet has coined as lostwave. So what is lostwave? Well, here's a prime example. This is what people call the most mysterious song on the internet. With quite a title, you'd expect this to sound like an old recording preserved from the late 1800s. But this right here sounds like a post-punk new wave alternative pop song straight out of the 80s. It has a very familiar sound, one not dissimilar to many hits from the 80s. However, this song has no name, no ownership, no known record date, and hardly any background other than how it was preserved, hence its name. In short, a man recorded this song on a cassette tape from a German radio station, supposedly in 1984. The man's sister uploaded the song on the internet in 2007, and in oblivion, it has remained since. And the term lostwave was adopted into internet vocabulary, thusly afterwards. Now, if you're like me, having had no idea about mysterious songs up until now, you probably believed this could only be the rare instance in which something like this could happen. Well, also like me, you'd be wrong. So here I am making this video to regale to you about 5 mysterious pieces of lost music, which have yet to be solved. What's That Song is a website dedicated to identifying music people upload through short snippets. It was through this website that a song would be posted on October of 2021. A user under the name Carl92 would upload a recording of a faint, distorted song which only ran for 17 seconds. Carl explains in comments that he found this recording on an old DVD backup file dating back to 1999. He believes he may have been learning how to record audio and this just happened to be what was playing in the background. English is not Carl's first language, and he even admits it's not great. So he figured the English-speaking world could make something of it, but as it stands, even the English-speaking side of the internet was stumped as well. However, that didn't stop people from trying to crack the case. Observations would be made by the comment section of What's That Song, and it's because of them that we have some clues about this snippet. First thing is what the singer is saying. It's hard to tell due to the bad quality, but it's mostly agreed upon that these words on the screen are the lyrics, though others still have their doubts that this is actually what's being sung, or that the song is even in English at all. But with this, everyone knows that, and ulterior motives being the only words consistent in people's interpretations were subsequently what the snippet would be named after. The instruments may give clues that could narrow down when the song was made. For example, the drum machine. It's widely theorized that the drum machine used for Everyone Knows That is the Lindrum, which was utilized for many songs in the 80s and was sold between 1982 and 1985. If Everyone Knows That used the Lindrum, it means that the earliest the song could have been recorded was in 1982. And if you'll recall, the latest date would have to have been sometime in 1999, as that's when this file dates back to, according to Carl92. Audio experts would take notice of a pilot tone the song apparently contains, being 15.734 kHz. This tone is only present in multi-channel television sound broadcasts, which are exclusively located in select countries. Now, if you're like me, you probably have no idea what I just said. In layman's terms, it basically means that if this observation is correct, Carl92's recording had to have captured nothing more than the background sounds of a television which may have been left on at the time this recording was being made. So, that's what we know about the song. Let's talk theories. While the lyrics seem to be validated, others think that the reason people are divided by altering interpretations is because maybe the song is just gibberish and doesn't mean anything. This, paired with the fact that no one can seem to find the song, leads a following to believe that it could be the product of artificial intelligence. Now, credit where credit's due, AI has done some amazing things in recent years. It can reimagine cartoon characters as real people and accurately imitate voices. But can it make music by itself? Let's see what happens when AI tries to extend Everyone Knows That. Yeah, there's no way AI did this. Let's think about this for a second. As of the current date this is being posted, AI sucks at making music from scratch. It just sounds like a bunch of people in the recording studio making noises and pressing every button in the control room that does something. Everyone Knows That, on the other hand, is a cohesive piece of music. This goes without mentioning that Carl92's upload of this song was posted in 2021, back when AI was less advanced and accessible to the public as it is now. So unless Carl92 is a time traveler, there's no way that Everyone Knows That was created by computer bots. Okay, the AI theory doesn't really hold much water, but a handful of people still believe that Carl92 could have created the song himself as a joke. I mean, how ironic is it that the placeholder for a song no one knows is called Everyone Knows That? Not to mention the supposed lyrics imply that the whole thing was a hoax. It could be, but if you really think about it, it doesn't add up. If the song really has the Lindrum machine, it likely has other appropriate instruments of the time, being the 80s. And this means that Carl 92 would have to have used historically accurate instruments to make this piece of music, which, may I remind you, is only 17 seconds. May as well make a whole song if you're going to go to that much trouble. Additionally, if this was Carl 92's weak attempt at a joke, I fail to see what he would have to gain from it at all, other than being amused by people's gullibility for maybe less than 5 minutes. Trolls thrive for attention, and seeing as how Carl 92 has since stated that he's kind of lost interest in the song and seemingly vanished online, I would argue that attention is what he's trying to distance himself from. Then again, that may just be what Carl 92 would want me to think. The biggest and most plausible theory is that this snippet comes from television, seeing as previously mentioned, the quality of the clip implies that that is indeed the source. This opens up many possibilities as to what could have been playing in 1999 on the day Carl 92 decided to play around with his recording equipment. It could have been a promotional jingle for a commercial, advertising a toy, makeup, or anything really. Maybe an intro for a really obscure cartoon, TV show, movie, or anime. Maybe it was background music for a corporate exercising channel. Or perhaps it was an even more obscure song played on the MTV basement tapes, which played obscure music, holding competitions to see which song would be the most popular. Maybe this song was on there and it just didn't make the cut, and that's why we can't find it. Honestly, finding a song on TV in an era where TV was the biggest source of entertainment because, the internet wasn't a thing yet, is something that has proven to be difficult. And for that, there's no way of telling what was airing on TV when this audio was captured. Nevertheless, it's the only thing that makes sense, but who knows? Maybe this theory is wrong too, and we're completely looking in all the wrong places. You could honestly find many other theories about this song, as they are seemingly endless and would take the whole video to talk about. The search is at a standstill with no real leads or breakthroughs, nothing but dead ends. And with Carl 92 having gone MIA not long after this post, we can't ask for further context. Maybe one day we'll finally find the commercial, movie, show, music video, or full song this snippet was taken from. But until that day, it would seem no one knows anything. And that's the truth. This folk rock song, masquerading under the name Light the Lanterns, was uploaded to YouTube by a user named Windows to Sky in 2019. The song was coined as the third most mysterious song on the internet. Why the third? Well, the second was already apparently taken by a few contenders. Though, seeing as many of those contenders for being the second most mysterious song have since been identified, I think it's safe to say this one may just have to take its place. So right off the bat, the lyrics raise so many questions. She took me to Illumination Night to pass on a legacy. Crazy ladies in gingerbread houses. Light the lanterns for the shipwrecked sailors. What kind of song is this? Well, luckily we may have an answer. People have deduced what the lyrics could possibly be referring to, but first, some context. Martha's Vineyard is an island in Massachusetts. The people who live on Martha's Vineyard hold an annual event every summer where festivities and live music take place. What's the name of this event? Illumination Night. The event's main attractions include Victorian houses located in the town of Oak Bluffs, which the locals seem to enduringly refer to as gingerbread cottages. And the linchpin to the festival are the decorations adorning these cabins, which are, wouldn't you know it, paper lanterns. Now, let's recap. The line, "She took me to Illumination Night to pass on a legacy," likely refers to someone introducing their friend or family member, aka the singer, to Martha Vineyard's annual event Illumination Night. The legacy part may imply that this she the singer's referring to is probably a mother, grandmother, or legal guardian of some sort passing their customs of her ways onto her descendant. Crazy Ladies in Gingerbread Houses is probably a reference to the people of Martha's Vineyard who own the Victorian cottages, or gingerbread houses as they would call them. The word crazy might be used as a sarcastic term of endearment. And finally, Light the Lanterns for the Shipwrecked Sailors more than likely notes the Japanese paper lanterns which give the festival its name. I guess here the shipwrecked sailors could be tourists, but shipwrecked implies these people came to the island against their wishes. With all of this, it clears up a bunch, for the song's lyrics at least. Its origins? Not so much. With Light the Lanterns seeming to be completely dedicated to the age-old culture of Martha's Vineyard, you would think that perhaps someone from there would know something about it, but according to those investigating, no one on the island that people have tried contacting seems to recognize the song at all. So what all do we know about Light the Lanterns other than what the song potentially means? Well, according to the OP of the song's upload, Windows to Sky, he found the song on a cassette tape in an office drawer around 1985. Written on the cassette were the words, "Listen Today, Demo," apparently as well as an indication that the cassette was made in the same year it was found. Windows to Sky lived in Los Angeles when he acquired the tape, and this leads some people to the conclusion that the song may have been recorded in California, but that's just speculation. Even so, it's still believed that the singer or band is from Martha's Vineyard, but I would hazard a guess that maybe the musicians merely know of someone from the Massachusetts island instead. In any case, this has yet to budge the search in any direction, and it seems it's meant to be that way. Windows to Sky, much like our last OP, has gone silent about this song. Why? Well, Windows to Sky, funny enough, is a music channel on YouTube. He uploads his music, which boasts elements of acoustic and alternative styles, much like our lost song in question. Coincidence? Not really. If you listen to his music, it hardly bears any similarities to Light the Lanterns. Light the Lanterns borders between the genres of folk and acoustic rock, and while Windows to Sky's music is acoustic and folky, there's just something different about it.
Your gaze across a crowd and smile. Then in my feather bed with my cognac and Kleenex and glue, unplug the telephone and write 40 pages about you. I feel close as I come to beauty in my sleep.
Nevertheless, the internet will always be cruel, and cruel a certain user was to Windows to Sky when he uploaded Light the Lanterns in 2019, supposedly harassing the poor musician with harsh accusations that he made the song and that he was a liar. These words were so severe, Windows to Sky privated the video and abandoned his search for the song, going so far as to ignore anyone who questions him about it. So for this reason, I strongly advise you not to reach out to Windows to Sky with inquiries regarding Light the Lanterns. He has made it abundantly clear that he does not care about the song anymore, and we should respect his wishes. Thankfully, we have re-uploads of the song by other YouTube accounts, or this song could have been unironically known as the song which managed to be lost to the general public twice. Let's talk about another familiar 80s sounding track which was uploaded to What's That Song. Like the first entry, this song was only a short snippet, being only less than 15 seconds.
I'm feeling, I'm close. Something spooky like a shade of a ghost. There's a certain tension rising in the air. My head is aching, fingers wet.
This is such a cool song. People commented that it reminds them of Danger Zone from the movie Top Gun. And yeah, I feel if Kenny Loggins did a song for Ghostbusters, it would probably sound something like this. The odd thing about this is, this song was uploaded in 2006, and we still know little to nothing about it. Lorraine, the OP of the upload, gave no context or information about the song, and they have not replied to any comments. They just uploaded this recording and seemingly vanished from the digital world forever. And because of this, all we really have to go on are commenter speculations. Theories range from the recording being a clip from an obscure 80s movie, commercial, or TV show intro. It could possibly be a demo from an obscure band, but the playfully hyped up lyrics insinuate that it was probably written for some form of entertainment or advertising. These are what most people interpret the singer is saying. I'm feeling, I'm close. Something spooky like the shade of a ghost. There's a certain tension rising in the air. My hands are aching, fingers wet. This interpretation could be wrong. I've seen some say feeling sweat over fingers wet, which makes more sense if you ask me. Either way, the bulk of the recording, which mentions ghost and tensions rising, leads people to believe that maybe this was promotional material for a Ghostbusters product, or something similar like a ghost hunting Nerf gun or whatever. Or it was an intro to some obscure kids cartoon about hunting ghosts. But perhaps we're reading too much into this part of the snippet, and the line about ghosts could just simply be a metaphor. Additionally, there's an escalating sound at the end of the recording which most people attribute to a plane or aircraft of some sort, giving rise to the believability the song was made for a B-movie Top Gun-esque ripoff. But it could honestly be a random sound effect for emphasis. Overall, it's strange how something with this much effort put into it could end up lost. I mean, it sounds professional. It's in great quality, which means money was poured into making this thing sound good for whatever it was helping promote or introduce. Then again, that's if this was a song for a commercial or show. This very well could have been a regular demo that was swept under the rug awaiting the day upon its rediscovery. Honestly, so long as OP remains quiet about this song they posted all those years ago, we have to treat any theory as a possibility. Because as it stands, it's not looking like we're solving this one anytime soon, but you never know. Let's take one last look at What's That Song? In December of 2020, user Chimpa of Time would upload this snippet.
We can't die or disappear. We'll stay forever if we fall.
Now, nothing else was posted with this upload. All we were given was this snippet, no context. So people started digging and found something they likely never expected to discover. The entire song.
Take me down, lean into
This entire 4-minute song was featured as the background music for a video on Facebook roughly 8 months before the What's That Song post. The song plays in full 6 times, with the 7th time being cut off around the first verse. The 2020 video was posted to a business Facebook page called Top Trailer VDO. The video in question shows what the inside of an iPhone 11 Pro Max looks like. And if you explore Top Trailer VDO's page, most of the content on their videos are not too different from this one. The only thing making this stand out amongst the others is the song, obviously. The background music used in VDO's other videos are pretty well-known songs, with one song even being a clip of Dance Monkey by Tones and I, for crying out loud. Hate that song. When you look into lostwave, there's usually one thing that each lost song has in common other than the fact that they're all lost. They usually sound to be from the late 80s to early 90s, most of the time, mind you. And with how much obscure music was being made around that time, it's not too hard to believe that they would be rediscovered without a name years later. However, this song sounds like it was made yesterday. It sounds so modern, not to mention catchy, that it begs the question as to how it became lost in the first place. But the answer's in the question, right? The next step to do would be to contact Top Trailer VDO and ask them if they know what the song is. They were the first ones to upload a video including the song on the internet after all. Well, that is, in fact, what people have tried to do. Emphasis on tried. Apparently, anyone who's contacted VDO gets left on red. So it looks like unless they get back with someone, we're not going to get any answers. Shame too. This one is one of my favorite lost songs, I have to admit. The Lostwave subreddit is one of the many hubs for lost music. It was on this particular side of Reddit, a user named IntelligentBread5 would upload a fitting song on August 11th of 2019. The recording was named after the subreddit, month, and year it was uploaded respectively. But to save myself from oxygen deprivation in between syllables, I'm just going to refer to this as LA19 from now on. The story behind the song is that Intelligent Bread had bought a box of cassette tapes at a yard sale in Europe. The music within these tapes indicated that they were from big music acts like AC/DC, Nirvana, and Michael Jackson. However, when Intelligent Bread returned from his trip to listen to these tapes, he was disappointed to find out they were damaged, resulting in the music in them being distorted and unintelligible beyond recognition. On one of the tapes, a handwritten title reading Cassette 4 was written over a faded label. The first track on this tape was LA19, and this was what it sounded like. According to Intelligent Bread, the tape had more music by presumably the same musical group, but were in worse quality than what you just heard. This post wouldn't initially gain an invested following, but after a while, the track would obtain more publicity online. And of course, after it would, curious commenters would ask Intelligent Bread for more. They wanted to hear the rest of the tape LA19 came from, and to see pictures of what it looked like. Intelligent Bread promised that he would post these things after he would pay a friend of his to digitalize the rest of the tape for him. But after he would say this, the strangest thing would take place. Intelligent Bread would delete his Reddit account. Why he did this, no one knows, but it was a pretty clear indication that Intelligent Bread's entire story was a lie from the get-go, and he was just trolling the community from the beginning. It didn't help that trolls immediately pretended to be the elusive Intelligent Bread afterwards with posts claiming to be the quote-unquote rest of the tape, but this video isn't about them. This is about the unknown song. What are you talking about? If it's all a hoax, why bother? The song's fake. Mystery solved, case closed. Well, dear viewer, the story may be fake, but that doesn't necessarily mean the song itself is. It may not have been recorded off some worn-out tape, but many believe that it could have been edited over with a certain sound editing software. Now, why you would make a joke about this, I fail to understand. In any case, people are still actively searching for this song, as difficult as it has proven to be. The heavily distorted ambience makes it nearly impossible to make out any distinctive lyrics, though that hasn't stopped people from trying. YouTuber Deafy Joe has a cover of LA19 without all the distorted mess, which may give an idea as to what the song could probably sound like.
Different road, pull into my house. For us, you've always been good to me. No one realized I put the high road beneath me. Like a sound, you are my favorite song. If you say I'm sober now. For now, I know they're different with me, but no one realizes and nobody lies. We don't really talk about things, no, they never sure who had me. Well, I know you're lonely, so leave this conversation and throw your name. No, you're doing quite well, even though you're not with me. The one thing that proves you need me is that I will take it.
Hopefully it's enough, but I mean, if someone were to identify this song, I'd think they'd have a better chance of discerning comparable leads with this version rather than the one which sounds like it's being recorded in the toilet while it's being flushed. There's something about lost music that can cause a different stir of emotions for certain people, where for some it's denial, others are neutral, but a good percentage hear these same tracks and can only feel a sense of unease. The ominous music which exists still without an owner leaves a residue in history, being a reminder that our world is a strange and mysterious place. But that doesn't mean these mysterious songs have a written destiny just yet. By the end of 2023, the lostwave community managed to recover some of the biggest names in internet history, being wanted for over 10 years now. Breakthroughs can be made and have been made in the craziest of circumstances. So who's to say that we won't find these 5 tracks one day? Who's to say that these songs don't spread to an oblivious ear listening to this video who knows the name to one or all of these songs? Maybe, just maybe, that person is you. Well, ladies and gentlemen, that's the end of the video. I'd like to make this a series later on, so if you have an unknown song you want me to cover next, feel free to suggest it in the comments below. If you liked what you saw, be sure to show the video some love. And if you're new here and liked what you saw, why not subscribe? Thanks for watching, and I hope to see you again soon.